Today, we're going to be exploring the natural habitat of the legislative branch. Look right there, it's the legislative branch. Incredible.
The legislative branch is at the top of the food chain, being the largest out of each three branches of government.
It's made up of two dominant clans, the House clan and the Senate clan.
The House of Representatives is one very important part of the legislative branch. It has 435 members and is proportional to the population of the country for each state. The House is considered the lower chamber of the legislative branch, but the upper chamber is called the Senate. The Senate consists of 2 representatives per state, resulting in exactly 100 members. These 2 chambers together make up Congress. Congress is responsible for making laws and representing the key role of legislature in the American government.
Wowee! We can see them now as in the process of debate to create new laws to govern all of the inhabitants of the ecosystem.
The legislative branch has many important express powers. These are listed in Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution. Some of the powers include how Congress has power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts and exercises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. It allows Congress to borrow money on the credit of the United States, to regulate commerce with foreign nations, to establish a uniform role of naturalization and uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States, to coin money, to provide for the punishment of counterfeiting the securities, to establish post offices and post roads, and so many more.
Fascinating, but what about the other species in the ecosystem?
At the Constitutional Convention in 1787, those who put together the U.S. Constitution sought to build the foundations of a strong central government. But they also wanted to preserve the rights of citizens and ensure that the government doesn't abuse its power. To balance the government, they divided power between 3 separate branches of government: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial branch.
The executive species is another part of the outback, but don't be fooled by their name. They're not as important as the legislative species because while they can veto laws, they need approval from the legislative species in order to express most of the powers. The president can't declare war unless it has approval from Congress. Plus, the legislative branch outnumbers the executive branch 535 to 1. That's a lot of mates.
The legislative branch has the power to make laws. However, the executive branch can veto the laws. While this is true, the legislative branch can override the veto with a 2/3 vote from each chamber, so they can still fight to get their laws approved.
Not only, but there's also a third species, the judicial species. Whether species can decide if a law is unconstitutional or not, they do not make the bloody laws.
Blimey! Sounds like an interesting species. Let's observe them some more in their natural habitat.
When the legislative branch makes laws, the judicial branch has the power to declare those laws unconstitutional. However, the legislative branch has power over the judicial branch because the Senate confirms the president's nominations for judicial positions, and Congress can impeach any of those judges and remove them from office. This gives the legislative branch more power to be dominant over the judicial branch.
And here you can see them in their natural habitat, the Capitol building.
This is where they debate to create new laws.
Incredible!
Congress is also granted implied powers through the necessary and proper clause. This allows Congress to have certain powers that are not specifically stated in the Constitution.
Well, now you know about the most important species in the government.
Not like we know, we're from the land down under.
Well, see you next time on The Government Planet!